Everyone. My name is Rachna. I'm going to just help us go through the second phase of this day. I'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people and pay my respects to the past, present and elders, and I also want to welcome our guests today from Indonesia, and I also want to acknowledge all the refugees and people who come to make Australia their home. So we have been having this event for about 15 years, and it's always been possible only because there's been one innovative council who took the initiative to support us. And so this has always been possible because City of Darebin, provides the support, acknowledges the diversity in our community and helps us to do this event. So I'm going to request the Deputy Mayor, Lena Masina, to say a few words, and then also acknowledge we have Mr. Suryan from the Darebin Ethnic Communities Council present. So welcome, and Lena, it's over to you.
Thank you. I don't think this is on. Is this on? Oh, sorry. Good afternoon and welcome on this cold Saturday morning. Welcome to Darebin's Ganesh and Chathurthi celebrations. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land that we stand on here today, the Wurundjeri people, and pay my respects to their elders past and present, as well as other leaders from other communities that may be with us today. It is great pleasure that we're here at Darebin Arts and Entertainment Centre to celebrate the annual occasion of the Hindu faith. The city of Darebin is unique and diverse in that it's committed to social inclusion, sorry, can you all hear me okay? And supporting the meaningful participation of all its members and its community. Darebin is home to 155,022 residents. We speak 148 different languages and celebrate 37 different religions. And today we bring you Antarctica here, so that's perhaps another region that we haven't celebrated here in Darebin. Is this on or off? Yeah. I'm proud to be part of the multicultural element here in Darebin. I'm the daughter of a migrant Italian, and I'm also the committee member of the MAB to the multicultural element. Chathurthi celebrations and the Ganesha celebration is the participation of Hindu people from all around, and not only from India but Sri Lanka, from Mauritius and Fiji, and elsewhere. Here is a testament to the amazing diversity that we're so lucky to have here in Darebin. The involvement of the local organisations with Darebin Hindu community. This is not working. Very well. Okay. The involvement of local organisations with the Hindu community is a fabulous example of the partnership between two local groups. I would also like to thank Ati Upasani for conducting the ceremonies today, and Ken Evans for treating our fabulous Ganesh statue. I also acknowledge the work of the steering committee led by today's events and Ramesh Kumar in particular. This event would not be possible without our enormous contribution of Ramesh, so thank you very much, Ramesh. I would also, thank you. Sorry, I should have done that. I would also like to thank Ganga for her efforts and contribution from the inception of the event almost 15 years ago, so thank you to Ganga. I also acknowledge the contribution of the Interfaith Council and the Darebin faith leaders presented in this council committee to support this. I'd like to acknowledge Councillor Gaetano Greco and Councillor Susan Rennie with their contribution to the Interfaith Council of Darebin. I also understand there is a delegation of faith leaders here from Indonesia here with us today, so we welcome you also. Please, can we welcome the delegation? Darebin Council has a commitment to build a cohesive city where all residents are treated equally, sharing and accessing information and receiving services, in particular to the most disadvantaged groups in our municipality. Darebin Council has become a member of the Welcoming Cities Network during 2017 in recognition of Council's contribution to promote diversity. This work is complemented by the implementation of a number of strategies and action plans such as our Equity, Inclusion and Health and Wellbeing Framework, which facilitates healthy equity outcomes and treats our diverse community as our greatest asset. I just want to acknowledge that our greatest asset here in Darebin is our multicultural community. As spoken before, we speak 148 different languages with 37 religions. We don't have that anywhere in the municipality of Melbourne at all. Darebin is home to that region. I wish to also acknowledge the young ladies in the audience today. When I walked in here today, I saw them all brightly coloured up, and I remember being a young girl, being in multicultural uniform, and I could see that they would spend hours and hours just to celebrate their culture by their costumes and their passion for what they're wearing today. And for me, it's important that the younger youth also acknowledge that where they came from, not only where their parents come from, but also where their grandparents come from. Because it is my belief that if you do not know where you come from and you don't understand your grandparents, then how do you know who you are? Because we carry their values and their beliefs through not only through our childhood, but also through our adulthood. So I want to give the girls a round of applause, please. Where are they? They look fabulous. I want to urge you all to keep warm today because it is cold, and I hope when we leave today we don't get the hailstorms. But I want to also say have fun. Thank you very much for inviting me here today, and I look forward to speaking to you all today. Thank you very much.
Lina, for your kind words. And we have a small part of the official ceremony. So as Ramesh had said, we do have a donation box here, and this year the donation is going to a charity organization called Girls from Oz, and the donations are really, focused. The money will be utilized for promoting art and music in the Indigenous community up in the Northern Territory. So if I can please request you all to be generous, and I'd request Purani to come up in front and introduce yourself, and we can ensure that we're all generously contributing to this good cause. Today the children have been really, really busy in the morning because I think parents always kind of like coming to this festival because it's a good time for not only the adults but also the children who are quite busy with the drawing competition. So we miss Anjali here, who is a wonderful little niece who starts and promotes and gets very enthusiastic all through the year to set up this event. But she's at a basketball competition today, so she couldn't be here, but she came and set this up in the morning. And I want to thank Nisha for helping us today to organize the art prizes. We've got 3 wonderful winners here. So Hari, if Hari is not there, mom, dad, relatives, anybody can come along to collect Hari's prize. Neil and Nishita. So is Hari, Nishita and Neil here? Neil's dad is here. Please put your hands together for Nishita. And Hari, okay, we'll kind of find out where Hari is and give him the prize. So we have an Uttara puja, and it's a small puja to actually, just a small ceremony to thank Lord Ganesha for coming down and being in our presence. And really thank you, Ken, to help making this possible, to bring this wonderful Ganesha into our life. And Aarti will be conducting the Uttara Puja, so please don't leave. It's an important way to say goodbye and to remind him to come back next year. So it's a very short ceremony, and following that there will be somebody will come up and explain to us how Ganesha is taken to Bandura Park. Take 5 more minutes of your time and say, 15 years ago, my husband, when he was working in the city of Darebin, he came with this idea and said, oh, we should be celebrating Ganpati. And I thought, oh yeah, that will happen this year, and then, you know, next year we may do something small at home. But I think City of Darebin has made that Kumar family tradition, and for 15 years, all through our life, our kids have grown up, our families have joined us, and this is a home for us where the City of Darebin gives us this wonderful opportunity to come together. And I think the importance for us in this ceremony, the religion, this particular festival is, it's about communal harmony, it's about secularism, and it is about actually really delighted to have Aarti as one of the women priests, which is something which is very progressive in our community. So I'd like to applaud and acknowledge Aarti, who's crossed all those barriers and made proud for us as women to say that there is really nothing that women can't do. It's just created by people who want to bring in, you know, a gender lens into what we do. So thank you, Aarti.
Thank you.
The Darebin staff from the Arts Center, you know, I think every year we see you, every year we have lots of demands, it's always in the last moment, but thank you for your patience and thank you for being so generous. And I think the most important part of it is that the respect that you give and to acknowledge the diversity of our culture, and it's just been amazing to feel you know, that dialogue that has happened between the council, even though staff have changed. Just every year, we're just delighted to have you, and so thank you so much. So I just wanted to acknowledge Rob, A.B. Samuel, Peter, and we do have a small token of appreciation for you. Cesar and Aziz, if you'd like to please come up. So this is Cesar and Aziz.
Where is Aziz? Aziz. This is good. Thank you.
So I'm sure all of you who've been coming here notice how committed Ganga is to to keeping the tradition going, you know, ensuring our young children are still appreciating our art and music. So thank you, Ganga, and this a small gift from us to say so how many of you are coming to see Ganesha for the first time here? Quite a lot of you. So this wonderful Ganesha, who's biodegradable and who talks to a wonderful person during the making of it, and every year Ken, who is just there, if you'd like to come up, Ken, helps us to celebrate this by having Ken in all different forms and shapes. And what's the message Ganesha had for you this year, Ken?
Well, usually Ganesh is about time, and this year I've been worrying about finishing it in time. And every time I stopped and slowed down, I suddenly had more time. Go figure. The message I got this year was stick with what you know, and within that, maybe try something new. So that was the message.
Say that again, I didn't hear it.
Stick with what you know. It was stick with what you know, but within that, try something new.
Thank you, Ken. I mean, we could sit here and talk about all the people who make this possible. But I think that I do need to mention a few names because these are the people who come in and help us in the last minute here. So Prakash and Suma. Prakash in fact flew from Thailand last night just to be on time for today this morning. So Prakash and Suma and their family. Raju and Shelly for helping us do the puja. Anil for providing us this, he comes every year to support us. Seema and Arun, Fazal and Nadia for the wonderful photographs that you've taken. Nilisha and Gaurav's family. I'd like to welcome his wife Mansbit, also his mum who always makes it a point to reach Australia for Ganpati this year. So thank you so much, it's really lovely. And I think just as a message when Ramesh and I were driving today to this puja, we wanted to say is 15 years is a long time for us and it's been a wonderful journey, really amazing, something that has held our family together, something that has taught our children the importance of community gatherings. So I do want to acknowledge my two beautiful daughters, Kavya and Kamna, who've been a part of this journey, but also my gorgeous son-in-law, James Edwards and Shrikant and my little Shreya, that life has just been a long 15 years of Ganesha's blessing on us through challenging times, but it's always been important for us. And today we'd just like to give this privilege to anybody who's interested from next year to take on the reins from us and make this festival continue, and we're here there to support you. But I think it's a wonderful opportunity for a family to be associated with, and I just want to say thank you, and of course to my a very strong influencer in my life, my husband Ramesh, who keeps us going on it all the time. So thank you so much. We would really request you to stay for the Uttara Puja because it has a significance for us to say, good things begin, they come to an end, they go away, but life is cyclic and they come back again. So join us in this Uttara Puja, and it's really delightful to have our guests here from Indonesia to participate in the event. Thank you.